Are you somebody who's interested in being more present in your everyday life? Well, if so, you're going to want to make sure that you're always remembering to include this one thing. Hi there, my name is Morgan Risden, and I'm the creator of Center Studio, where I teach people skills to feel more comfortable more often, which includes things like, how can I be more present? Now, if you are new to my channel, friend, welcome. I'm very glad to have you here, and I hope if you enjoyed today's video, you'll do me a favor, quickly hit that subscribe button. There's also a notification bell if you'd like. That'll let you know every time I upload another video. And of course, stick around and check out some of my other videos as well. Oftentimes, I'll have students who talk to me about their desire to be more present in their everyday life. Now, if you're somebody who's watching this and scratching their head saying, yeah, I hear that term all the time, being present, and I don't even really know what that means. Well, friend, it's essentially being able to stay in the moment without thinking too much about the past or without thinking too much about the future. Now, that can come in the form of ruminating, where you're thinking, I should have done this, I can't believe I did that, that was so stupid, you know. Or it could be something like worry or anxiety about things that have yet to happen, right? Thinking about, oh, I wonder what this is going to be like tomorrow, or I need to make sure to do this tomorrow, and what's going to happen if such and such happens. And spending too much time thinking about things that have yet to happen and that aren't actually relevant in the here and now. And one of the most important things that I have found for myself and for my students when we talk about being present is their ability to expand their awareness. Now, if you watch until the end of the video, friend, I'm going to also be including a practice that you can take, a way that you can exercise this on your own at home. So be sure to watch until the end. Now, this idea of expanding your awareness is making sure that whatever you're doing and thinking about in this moment doesn't exclude things outside of yourself. Okay? That you're being inclusive to the things around you. And what I mean by that is that oftentimes people have a practice of being present with just themselves. And that looks like noticing the temperature of your body. Are you perspirating? Are your hands feeling clammy? Maybe you're feeling like you've got a little bit of dry mouth, or you're really just noticing emotions and feelings that are happening in the here and now. And what I've noticed with a lot of my students is that they miss the opportunity that's in front of them to expand their awareness to include things outside of themselves. Now, in Alexander Technique, we call this expanded awareness. And I know that there are plenty of other modalities out there that also include this concept in their practices. And it's the idea of noticing things outside of yourself and including them in your awareness. So that looks like, for example, with this video, I'm looking at the camera. Now, if I was just thinking about the camera and being in the present moment, I might be looking like this. I'm focusing on the lens, I'm noticing I'm talking to you, versus, oh yeah, there's a room behind me. There's a window back there. Oh, in front of me, I know that there's a kitchen island, and I've got a sink, and I've got some windows in front of me. And expanding my awareness to include in this moment things that are not just in front of me or with myself. So emotions and feelings that are not just about me, not just the physical things that are happening in me, but also what is happening around me. And I find this helpful because it allows you to open yourself up so that the energy doesn't get sucked into just you, what you're doing and what you're experiencing and what you're feeling. And also kind of reminds you that there are more people out there than just yourself. This, I think, you can start to practice when you do things like take a walk, go to the store, when you're standing in line at the bank, or you're waiting in a carpool for your kiddo. It's this idea that let's say I'm in the car. I'm in my car, but I do know that there is a car in front of me, a car behind me, that there's things on either side, maybe trees and a building. And I start to include all the things around me so that I'm not just focused on me, but me in space. And a lot of different modalities practice this concept of expanded awareness, and I find it to be extremely helpful with staying in the present moment. Because let's face it, our thoughts are often going to take us away from the present moment. They're going to pull us in different directions, and we're going to start to mind wander. But if, for example, I can be out for a walk and I'm noticing things in myself that are happening, I'm noticing the temperature, I can feel the wind on my face, but then maybe I also include that there's a tree in front of me. and that the tree is huge and expansive, and actually some of the leaves are starting to go, and oh, there's a building over here. And I can really start to expand my attention to things outside of myself. I find that to be very helpful in leaving myself with more room for breathing, leaving myself with more room for space, width, and length. We're always talking about an Alexander technique. And one way you can practice this is by taking moments where you would otherwise just be focusing on yourself and see if you can include something a little bit farther away from you and a little bit further up. So maybe when you're taking a walk next time, a walk that you normally take or a route that you drive usually, you can see if you can notice something that you don't normally notice that's a little bit beyond you, a little bit above you, or outside of yourself. And just see how that feels in your body. Do you feel like you get a little taller, a little wider, a little bit more expansive when you start to include your environment in your thinking as you're commuting? I'd love to hear if you have an experience like that, and if so, what it's like for you. You can go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Of course, if you haven't already, friend, also subscribe, hit the like button. That always helps me out a lot. And until next time, friend, take care. Ciao.